biggest games each year is the Championship playoff final. This game is meant to be worth around £200 million to the club that wins the game. It means being back in the Premier League, being a part of the best league in the world, hosting the likes of Manchester City, United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs and Liverpool. It's the pinnacle of where you want to go. It's worth so much to everyone. And on Saturday evening at 5 o'clock, the game kicks off. So it's Aston Villa and it's Fulham, third and fourth in the league. And this is the preview, prediction, build-up show, and thank you so much for tuning in. Fulham, their form is 3 wins, 1 draw and 2 defeats in the last 5 games. So in the playoff semi-final they lost to Derby 1-0, but in the second leg they overturned Derby, winning 2-0. If they would have not lost to Birmingham on the final day, if they'd have beaten Birmingham, they'd have gone up. So that's how close they were to promotion. Villa, 3 wins, 1 defeat and 2 draws. So they went to Middlesbrough and they won 1-0. Jedinak scoring the only goal of the game against Pulis's Middlesbrough. 0-0 in the second leg in a very boring game, but they got the job done. So they've played each other twice this season even. Aston Villa won 2-1 back in October, and then they played each other in February where Fulham won 2-0 on their 20-something game unbeaten run. So Fulham have scored the most goals with 75 for and just 46 against. Aston Villa have conceded 42, 4 less than Fulham, and have scored 75 goals. The leading scorers for both sides is Ryan Sessegnon for Fulham, who has had a fantastic season. Also, Mitrovic has had an incredible season as well, since he's got around 12. That's only since January, so that's incredible. Villa's top goal scorer is Lewis Grabban, but that is including Sunderland's goals as well. Besides that, it is Albert Ademola, who came from Middlesbrough, and I think he's also been at Barnet, so he's had a fantastic season as well. So it's Steve Bruce versus Jokanovic. It's 3 points to the title of Premier League. So the first point is you've got to start well. You've got to start well in this game. You've got to be tight, and you have got to take your chances to win any playoff game. This is the biggest game of the calendar potentially for any club not involved in the Premier League title race or the Champions League. It is a massive, massive fixture. Fulham have done exceptionally well in the last couple of seasons. Fulham finished 7th last year and lost to Reading in the semi-final of the playoffs, who then lost to Huddersfield on penalties. Aston Villa, they finished around mid-table, but they have invested a lot of money. Dr. Tony Gia, he has invested so much, and obviously Fulham is owned by Sadiq Khan, who wants to buy Wembley, who is also the owner of Jacksonville Jaguars. So they're both pretty well funded. They're both run by managed by managers who have gone on to get promotion. Jokanovic got promotion with Watford. Bruce has been promoted many times. Last time was with Hull. It could go either way. It's going to be a real tight game. I'm not expecting too many goals in this game. I'm expecting 1, maybe 2 maximum. It could even go to extra time penalties, which can happen. That's something that it doesn't just go straight to penalties. You have extra time and penalties. It's going to be a sellout. There's going to be 90,000 there for the Championship final. Like I say, I don't expect there to be too many goals. Both of these sides are very, very solid. And I think I am going to go for a 1-0 victory to Aston Villa. As I've said on previous videos, my predictions always seem to go wrong, so don't take it as gospel. But I think Villa will get the victory with Steve Bruce gaining the advantage over Jokanovic. I think if they don't get promotion, Fulham, I think that's the end of Sessegnon being there. I think somebody will come in big for him. They could lose a couple of others. Tom Kearney is a very good player as well. Can't see Aston Villa losing too many of their players if they don't get promoted. I wanted Fulham to get promoted automatically because they're such a fantastic side, but that did not happen. And that could be their potential downfall if they do not win against if they don't get promoted automatically. Sometimes it doesn't happen at third spot, but it might happen today. But I'm going to go for a 1-0 Aston Villa win. Tell me what you think down below. Tell me your predictions. Are you going to watch it? There will be a review after the game and before the Champions League game in that little bit of time. I will be covering that. I will also be there'll be previews coming out of the League 1 and League 2 finals. So catch those if you are new. Subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I am Mike, and I will see you soon.